Well, hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, Valorant Season 28 is over, and let me tell you, it was such a crazy season. Unfortunately, I myself failed to secure C5. I got basically kicked out of it in the last few hours, and then I tried playing my best, and again, like 2 or 3 times, I came one win away from securing that C5, and it was just not meant to be. But nonetheless, we finished C6, which is not awful, and I must say that I liked the season a lot. Could have ended better, for sure. Should have been more bold earlier on, having more matches, giving myself more time. But definitely a huge step forward in terms of engagement and excitement, at least from my perspective. So I love that. Now we have the next season to see what we are preparing for. And one thing is, we don't have all the details. They are going to be revealing more stuff on May the 30th, so in a couple of days. I believe they are saving that for the live stream. But still, obviously, the Radiant's going to be part of it. Despite not all the information being revealed yet, we know the dates of season starting now, and the season is starting on June the 4th. Then season 29, pre-season victory track nodes. Let's start with the Coda. So if a hashtag Coda attacker punishes defender's special attack, removes all unblockable effects from the defender, gains an unblockable passive for 5 seconds, pause during defender's special attacks. While unblockable is active, attacker hits deal 40% of the damage as a burst. So, Coda attackers, Coda and Genesis, this is the previous Alliance War tactics. I will be making separate videos for both of these metas to kind of, where is the Coda? There you go. So Coda, these are the offensive champions. Probably going to be important to have the Jean Grey from the new Titan, but Tigra is in there. Actually, I'm not a big fan of this selection here because most of these champions I either do not have or do not have them ranked. And they're not necessarily very BG friendly champions. We do have might be time to rank up her. Might be time for her to get ranked up. But yeah, and then obviously we're going to have the Decay Defenders with the Decay Tactic as well. Sorry, not Decay, Genesis. And Genesis champions will be defensive ones. But again, it's going to be quite intriguing to see how that shakes out. Right, back to the post. So, Genesis champions, when a Genesis defender finishes a special attack, gains an unblockable passive for 5 seconds, duration increased by 2 seconds per power bar spent, cannot be modified. So whoever of these champions will activate the special will immediately go unblockable. Let's think about where it could potentially be a problem. Maestro, maybe, for a few matchups. I think that's going to be a major issue with Lumitrix, though. I think Lumitrix is going to be quite annoying. Nova could be quite present in the meta. Null, potentially, especially because you do typically try to push him to level 2s. Other than that, I don't think it's like a massive deal in itself. But these are going to be our defensive champions. To be honest, like from Alliance War perspective, this was virtually non-existent global. Like, we felt this was one of the easier tactics that we have had in a while. So I actually expect majority of the accent to be placed on the conflictor node. So every 7 seconds, the next debuff triggered by the attacker is immediately purified. Defender gains 50% of bar power each time this happens. So you are going to be giving power to your opponent, whenever you do debuff them. When you have Phantom Bleed, when the attacker lands a hit, 25% chance to inflict the bleed debuff, dealing no damage over 7.5 seconds. This obviously will make Domino an absolute nightmare. Domino is going to be so awful in this meta. I have fought Domino on this node in like Alliance War, and you just cannot land like a full combo against her, because now when you're going to be striking Domino, she's going to be getting the bleeds, and that is going to, number one, trigger the conflictor, so there's going to be that guaranteed 50% of bar power, and whenever she purifies bleed debuff, she gains extra power, so that will be quite frustrating. There'll be a handful of other champions, I suspect, that will be quite significant, like, Havoc, for instance. It'll be interesting to see if we're going to see the defensive Omega Reds or something. But that is definitely something that I'm going to cover in the potential MVP videos. Obviously, off-season is just starting. very next stream is going to be me testing out these nodes as well. Then we do have Gladiator Circuit, where the first 2 weeks is effectively going to be exactly the same, except for buff number 4, which is Second Wind Unblockable. So when the defender purifies or cleanse debuff, gain unblockable charge. At 4 unblockable charges, gain an unblockable passive for 6 seconds. So it's going to be yet another way for champions to go unblockable. So effectively, again, this is a power gainy, unblockable based type of meta. And then the most important meta, the meta that you do actually rank up champions for, the meta that you, well, effectively decides where you place. So we have Invade, 100% block penetration, plus 300% attack when hitting a block. That immediately is gonna probably see a lot of Valkyries getting used, maybe Massacre making comeback. There will definitely be a handful of other hidden gems here. Everybody switching the stat focuses to block penetrations as well, I suppose. We have Kinetic Absorption. Whenever the attacker strikes the defender's block with a basic attack, attacker gains 4% of their max power. This is actually a fairly substantial power gain, and therefore it is definitely going to supercharge, Valkyrie, for instance, because now 4%, one combo typically that you throw in most cases is 16%, right? It's 4 hits. So 16% of max power, that would effectively mean half bar power. It would mean 48% of a power bar, basically. That is definitely going to make me swear at the AI if they're not putting up the blocks, though. And then we have the kinetic transference. Blocked attacks cause the defender to gain 7.5% of the power. If blocked attack dealt 0 damage, power gains doubled. So you do not want to block anything. And that immediately is going to lead us to some very, very specific defenders. Like, quite possibly we're going to see something like Punisher 2099 making comeback with, notoriously hard to dex or borderline undexable special attacks. And that will, carry on to the other classes as well. There will definitively be some interesting and unique champion choices, I think, here. Who else has like Serpent? Like, what do you do against Serpent? It's a very good question. You don't have much of a choice but to block his stuff, right? So what do you do? It's gonna be very interesting to see counters to him. Like, obviously there are a handful of champions who can dex his specials, but in general, this is gonna be awful. This is gonna be awful, awful. So yeah, what do you do against Serpent? Interesting. Quite fascinating. Who else has something like that? Null is, I think, gonna be quite dangerous here. More than likely. My apologies for that. But yeah, no, definitely it's going to be quite a dangerous meta here. Right? I 100% will be testing this out in off-season as well. I will start with the victory track meta, and then I will move on to the Gladiator Circuit meta. But this is the one that will largely determine my rank up choices. Nick Furies will be quite dangerous, I think about it. Now that I think about it, I think, yeah, Nicks are probably not going to be quite good. If you throw at level 1, you might be screwed. Yeah, no, this is going to be different. This is going to be quite potential. Who else we're going to have with them crazy specials? Probably the recent champions. 100% Jean Grey is going to be up there for sure. Lumitrix might be quite awful. Spider Woman might be quite awful. Bullseye. Obviously, Bullseye. These little ones stupid hard to dex. That's going to be rough. Okay, we're going to have to learn some new things for sure for this meta. Right. So now I'm gonna go away and start strategize for the potential MVPs and the strategies. Let me know what are your suggestions, and I'll catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next